Hi, Laura, welcome. You can mute your camera, but I know that you're here. Here, I will. There you go.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to our Temple Beth Israel virtual Shabbat service online and Facebook and YouTube and StreamSpot. And of course, we're operating on Zoom so that we can be together, Rabbi and myself, though we can't be together in the sanctuary. We can be together here on Zoom along with Randy Pulavoy, our accompanist, and Laura Zuckerman representing our board of trustees. And we're happy that you are here as well. Shalom, Rabbi.
Hello, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. It's, as always, wonderful to be together to worship on this Shabbat. And for those of you, at least on Facebook Live, which is going to be most of you who are out there, it would be great if you just wish a Shabbat Shalom or put a comment in the box, because then we'll know who was here and we can comment back, although probably after the service. We can comment back as to, and other people can see who's with them celebrating Shabbat. So that's a nice thing for us to be able to do. Part of us being with community is to be able to acknowledge the people who are around us. And so I wish you all Shabbat Shalom. I would, in a sense, a virtual hug or handshake to bring you all in and help you feel welcome in around our communal hearth here as we gather to celebrate with one another. Shalom Aleichem is on page 24 for those who have a Siddur, but I'm going to share it with you now.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malchei, Malchei, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Mimelech, Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, Vochem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malchei, Malchei, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Mimelech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malchei, Malchei, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Mimelech, Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, Yadadai, 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 Zeitchem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malchei, Malchei, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Mimelech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, Yadadai,
We're going to turn now to kindling our Shabbat lights. Both Cantor Bush and I both have our candles lit. You can see mine behind me and his behind him, as we had an earlier service already. So the blessing is up on your computer screen. We join in blessing our Shabbat lights.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirishanu v'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlikner Shel Shabbat.
So before we enter into Lecha Dodi, we take a moment to reflect on the week that has passed, to think about each day, its blessings and its challenges, and to spend a moment on each day. And then we will come together and sing Lecha Dodi on pages 20 and 21. So take a deep breath and review the week. We'll sing together verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And when we get to verse 9, we will, depending on how you are situated in your home, you can stand if possible and turn towards the entryway to your home to welcome the Shabbat presence and the Nishama Yetera, that extra soulfulness that travels with us during Shabbat, into your heart and into your home. Lecha Dodi.
So this is a melody that I'm inspired to take this melody from a CD that I got many years ago of the Jews of Bombay in India. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabla Shamo v'zachov v'dibur echad Ishmianu elam yuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad L'shevel tiferet Elitchila. Try it with me. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabla Likrat Shabbat shlechuven elcha Ki mekor habracha Merosh mikedem nisucha Sof ma'aseh b'maksheva Tequila Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabla Hitoreri, hitoreri, hiovech Uri, 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 uri Shidaberi kevod Adonai Alayich nigla Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabla Vohi v'shalom ateret bala Gam b'simcha ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabla Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabla
We continue with Chatzi Kaddish on page 26.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ve'alma divrach cherutei ve'amlich malchutei. V'chai echon u'vyom echon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Bagala ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמה ויאמרו
We continue with Baruch Hu, our call to prayer.
Lai la lai la lai la lai lai la lai la lai la lai lai la 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 lai la 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 lai la 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 lai la 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 ya la 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 lai la 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 lai Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed.
Last three lines in the Hebrew on page 30.
El Chai v'Kayam Tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai
Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo.
Haravim.
Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form?
Hatasir mimenu leolamim. Baruch atah Adonai. Ohev amo Yisrael.
We continue with Shema Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kivod שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ואין. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ואין. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד.
If you have been standing up, you may be seated. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children, talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your home or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. We'll continue with Lema'an Tizkaru, last paragraph on page 36.
למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Amet. Continue with our song of freedom, Mi Chamocha, page 40.
מי כמוך, באלים אדוני, מי כמוך, נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, עושה פלא. מי כמוך, באלים אדוני, מי כמוך, נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, עושה פלא. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע מפני משה ומרים. זה אלי אנו, ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך, באלים אדוני, מי כמוך, נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, עושה פלא. נורא תהילות, עושה פלא. נורא תהילות, עושה פלא.
Turn to Hashki.
אמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני
Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo.
גאל ישראל.
Amen. We turn to Hashkivenu, page 42. So we ask God to shelter us under a Sukkot Shalom, a sukkah of peace, to let us lie down, Lishalom, with a sense of wholeness, and rise up, Lichayim, with a sense of purpose each day.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Vehamidenu shomreinu lechayim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Vehamidenu shomreinu lechayim ufros alenu sukat shlomecha ushmot tzotenu uvoenu ufros alenu sukat shlomecha ushmot tzotenu uvoenu Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Vehamidenu shomreinu lechayim Baruch atah Adonai Haporei sukat shalom Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim
We continue with Vishamru, page 44.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Lasor et HaShabbat Lidorotam berit olam Beini uven b'nei Yisrael Oti lelam Oti leolam Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Lasor et HaShabbat Lidorotam berit olam Ki sheishet yamim Asa Adonai Et hashamayim Ve'et haaretz Ve'shamru b'nei Yisrael Et hashabat Lasor et hashabat Lidorotam berit olam Uveyom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Lasor et HaShabbat Lidorotam berit olam Muted. Rabbi, you're muted.
Thank you. We begin our Amidah. We turn to page 46. If you're in a place that you're able to rise, I'll invite you to do that or rise in spirit. And we'll sing through the first few prayers of our Amidah together and then continue silently.
Oh, Shan, oh, Shan, oh, Shan. Sefatai tiftah fi yagid tehilatecha Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise.
Page 48.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor Hanora, El Elyon, Gamel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava. Melech Hoser Moshiach Umagen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Vezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, B'chayei HaKol atah, Rav Lehoshia, Morid Hatal. Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim, Rofech Holim, Umatir Asurim, Chayem Emunato, B'Shenei Afar, Micha Mocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Meimidum Chaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Atal HaChayot HaKol. Baruch atah Adonai,
Baruch Shmo.
Mechayei HaKol.
Amen. Page 52. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Baruch atah Adonai,
Baruch Uru Shemo.
Ha'el HaKadosh. Please take a few moments for silent prayer for the text of your own heart. And after a couple of moments of silence, we'll also be honored with the music of Dr. Randy Poloboy. Shabbat Shalom, Randy.
Shabbat Shalom. The German composer Mendelssohn wrote a piano piece called Songs Without Words, And at the time, it was sort of a revolutionary concept because when you think of it, how can you have a song without words? They sort of go inextricably together. So he had some explaining to do, and I don't normally like to read something, but I thought his comments would shed some light on that and actually bear some light on how this music would be applicable to Shabbat service. So he's saying that people frequently complain that music is too ambiguous, that it is unclear to them what they should be thinking about when they hear it, whereas everyone understands words. For me, it is exactly the reverse. And that is not only for an entire speech, but even for individual words. These seem to me to be ambiguous, vague, and so easily misunderstood in comparison with real music, which fills the soul with 1,000 things expressed better than words. So very eloquently stated by Mendelssohn. And I think also that you could make the argument that music sometimes expresses sentiments, even maybe a prayer-like sentiment, better than simple words, which can be sometimes misconstrued or misunderstood. So this is one of Mendelssohn's songs without words.
Thank you, Randy. Beautiful.
Thank you.
So I'm going to share with you a few thoughts, first on our Torah portion and then about some other things as well. We just finished a couple of days ago the counting of the Omer, which began on the second night of Pesach, of Passover, and concluded the night before Shavuot. And last night, many of you joined us for our Shavuot study session. with Temple Emmanuel in Redlands. It was really a great hour and a half or so of study and music. It was terrific. And then this morning we had a lovely first day of Shavuot, or for us at the Reform Movement, the only day of Shavuot service. And it has certainly been an Omer period like none other. And it's been that way for a number of reasons. Certainly because a return to normal still seems a long way off. Also because we had a nightly siyum during every day of the Omer except for Shabbat or holidays. And so we were actually able to gather in community, a small community each night to count the Omer. So we started, this all started sort of right before Passover. And the days leading up to Passover, we started counting the Omer at Passover time. And everything's been very different this year, from our Passover Seder to our Shabbat worship to our Beit Sefer classes. All of those things have been very different this year because of COVID-19. But in the midst of this devastating pandemic, we have also unleashed a great deal of creativity and found new ways to connect with one another. In the Torah, there is a law in connection with the Omer, which instructs us, until that very day, you shall eat no bread or parched grain or fresh ears of the new crop. This law refers to the prohibition of eating new grain called chadash until the waving of the Omer, which starts on the second day of Pesach, of Passover. The reasoning behind this law seems to be that new things are forbidden until they have received God's blessing. And in a sense, that sums up one of the conflicts in Jewish life, in civic life, and perhaps even in our personal lives that's gone on for centuries. We as people are sometimes reluctant to accept change, to accept new things. And actually, when it comes to Jewish practice, this can be especially difficult. Anything new is often suspect. And a 19th century rabbi coined the phrase Chadash Asur min haTorah. Anything new is forbidden by the Torah. Even Maimonides, the one that we hold up as one of the greatest Jewish thinkers, he had his books labeled as heretical, and during his lifetime, many of them were burned. Yet there have been particularly challenging and devastating events in our history when Jewish life couldn't continue in the same way it always had, and change was forced upon us. When the temple was destroyed by the Romans in Jerusalem, Judaism embarked on one of its most creative periods, and Rabbinic Judaism was born. The prayer book, the Siddur, and its prayers replaced the sacrificial system, and Jewish law continued to evolve. With the Enlightenment and Jews being able to be citizens and partake more greatly in secular society, Reform Judaism emerged in Europe and then flourished in the United States, giving us new ways to be Jewish, ways that were more inclusive and more egalitarian, ways that we're able to more quickly adapt to the societies in which we lived. The Yashan, the old, and the Chadash, the new. Tradition and change are compatible with one another and have always gone hand in hand, although it is usually a process of evolutionary change as opposed to revolutionary change. But sometimes there are things that happen that seem to speed up the changes in Jewish life, the destruction of the temple, the Enlightenment, even this COVID-19 pandemic. I am confident that Judaism will continue to adapt. We've seen Jewish life and synagogues adapt in great ways in these last months. And I think even when things turn back to normal, and true normal is still quite a ways off, I think there will be pieces of this period that continue to stay with us. Many people have gotten proficient in using online technology to participate in classes, and we had record attendance at our congregational meeting. Perhaps we'll begin to have more of a hybrid model of congregational life with some events in person and some events virtual. Perhaps we'll be doing more to include people who can't make it to the synagogue, but can now connect with us in new ways. Perhaps we'll have more partnerships as we've created. We had this program with Temple Emmanuel in Redlands, and there have been all sorts of partnerships around that have been able to happen because distance becomes less of an issue. Perhaps those will change. I am confident in our ability at Temple Beth Israel and our ability as a Jewish community to respond to any challenge and to adapt. I am confident that we will persevere and that we will thrive, that we will continue to reimagine our synagogue and find new and meaningful ways to function as a kehillah, that we will continue to find ways to bring purpose and meaning to our lives and to bring healing to the world. And with a little help and a little patience, God willing, life will return in the not too distant future to some semblance of normal, and we'll be able to be together again in person. Shabbat Shalom. But before we move on, as I said, I wanted to talk to you about a couple of things. The second thing is less sermonic. I don't necessarily have it all thought out. I'm just thinking about it. But as I was putting the final touches on my sermon today, I just could not, and I was, excuse me, I dropped my paper, and I was following the news. I just felt like I had to share my own anguish at some of the things that are happening in our country and have been happening continuously. Just in the last couple of months, for George was, as we've all seen this video, was killed by the police officer with other officers and witnesses watching. In March, Breonna Taylor, an EMT, was killed in Louisville when police stormed into her apartment and shot her. In February, Ahmaud Arbery was killed while jogging. Just in the last week or so, Christian Cooper, the Harvard-educated Black man who was bird watching in Central Park, had a white woman call the police on him and tell the police that he was threatening her life because he had asked her to put her dog on a leash. I think that I'm really struggling with our response, my response as a rabbi, and perhaps our response as a community to ongoing challenges of racism in our communities and in our societies. And my guess, ongoing issues of racism and bias within our hearts as well, even though hopefully unconscious. I'd love to get together with people in the community to do some study together, to do some learning together, and to begin to chart a course to figure out how we might move forward and work with our social justice committee and others to do that. And I invite you to contact me if you're interested in being a part of that, of learning together, of joining with people of color within our community, Jews of color in our community, and others with Black churches and others outside of our Jewish community, and to begin to have some conversations and to try to find a way to move forward together so that we can truly be allies in helping to bring healing to our world, one of the pieces of our mission to make our lives more meaningful and to bring healing to our world. So with that, we turn to our prayers for healing. We turn to our Misha Berach prayer, where we ask for healing of body, but I also ask that we have healing in the body of our country, healing in our souls, healing in our world. And I'll put up the words of Misha Berach, although some of these words are part of our text, and some of our text is not in these words.
O Holy One, who blessed our mothers, who blessed our fathers from ancient days, bless and heal those in our hearts, and hear our prayer as we say their names. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Yimalei Rachamim Aleichem, Lehapsikam Urapotam, Veishlach Lahem Refuah Shlema, Refuat ha-nefesh, Refuat ha-guf, B'toch sha'ar cholei Yisrael. Oh, bless and heal those in our hearts, and hear our prayer as we say their name.
We ask for blessings upon Rebecca Gilman, Bela Pasternak, Hannah Fields Austin, Eran Goichenberg, Sue Toback, Alicia Goldfarb, Paula Steinbach, Roslyn Lefkowitz, Helen Weinfeld, Gabrielle Silton, Pam Poliakoff, Connie Shapiro, Kathy Blumenfeld, Gloria Austin, Caitlin Antrim, Judith Bosworth, Kathy Brewster, Doug Austin, David Bush, Stephanie Holland, Mark Goldberg, Maureen Fenton, Jennifer Rudin, Susan Brewer, Charity Razorday, James Stead, Ed Ansell, Marion Schneiders, Kimberly Zimmerman, Judith Schweitzer, Lori Snyder, Gail Gant, Brad Holland, Isley Holland, Jacob McNaughton, Bernie Karmatz, Mike Klein, Michelle Raphael, Beatrice Caden, John Kerr, Meg Silton, Ken Mitchell, Linda Jones, Allison Auerbach, Steve Alora, Ramon Diaz, Jim Schalheim, Henry Gerard, Kirby Perkins, Brenda Foung Gerard.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Yimalei Rachamim Aleichem. Oh, bless and heal those in our hearts, and our hearts as well, and hear our prayer as we say their name.
I'd like to invite Laura Zuckerman to turn on her camera and unmute herself and share some announcements with the congregation.
Okay, thank you, Rabbi. Can you hear me?
Perfectly.
Okay, just to let you know, my my internet connection is a little shaky tonight, so I hope it doesn't happen. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. My name is Laura Zuckerman. I'm on the TBI Board of Trustees. I'm delighted to be with all of you tonight. A sincere thank you to the Rabbi and Cantor for a wonderful service and sermon and music, and to Randy Polavoy for the beautiful piece of music. Before I talk about some upcoming events, I do want to do two other quick thank yous. One to what I'm calling the TBI Challah Angels, who thrill us when we happen to open our door on Friday and there is a lovely challah with a lovely note or sticker from TBI. You are doing a wonderful congregational service and it is greatly appreciated. And also a virtual hug and toda rabbah to our rabbi and cantor and President Dina Benjamin for your incredible work these last almost 3 months in holding us together and making us an even stronger and closer community. Thank you so much. So on just some quick notes, and everything I'm going to say now, you have found or will find in your Thursday evening or Thursday email TBI updates that you get also on the website and I think on Facebook. So first of all, life continues, as you well know, and every Saturday morning from 9:30 to 11, our own this time on Zoom, and that information is in your email. Also, our Zoom Siyum schedule is changing, and I'll say it, and probably the cantor and rabbi will say it as well. So starting tomorrow night, every Saturday night, our Zoom Siyum and Havdalah service will be at our old regular time for our service, which is 7:30. Also, our lovely Zoom Siyum community building will now be only on Monday and Wednesday nights at the original times of 6:45. And Friday nights, of course, we still have our 6:30 family service and our 7:30 Erev Shabbat service. Speaking of which, next Friday night, June 5th, is our annual LGBTQ, is that right? LGBTQT service. Sorry about that. Okay, something else to note. You all received this in the mail. It is our online auction. Bidding begins officially this Monday, June 1st at 6:30 a.m. if you're so inclined, and will go continuously till Sunday night, June 7th at 7:30, when we will switch gears and have a Zoom live auction for some new and large items, which will be great fun. I just want to say, if you follow the link on our website to preview the items in this auction, they are really quite exceptional in both quality and quantity. I think you'll be pleased with what's there and excited to start bidding. I know I am. Okay, regarding adult Jewish learning activities and culture, we've had 3 of our Wednesday nights Discovering Israel Through Short Stories course presented by our own Sarah Truitt, and it has been so successful. Sarah is going to do 3 more stories, 3 more Wednesdays at 7:15. Based on short stories in a wonderful book called The Best Place on Earth. And if you're interested and haven't been involved, feel free to look in your information or call the office. And currently we are also planning now more events to come in June involving films and more books. So I think that is it. I thank you very much, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much, Laura.
You're welcome.
Cantor Bush, do you have anything you want to add?
I don't think so. Laura covered everything quite exceptionally. So just
Terrific.
I was, we're
It's a rarity.
you and I are both just, what's very important to us is everybody knows that there's some time changes, and we look forward to seeing everybody and keeping the energy going, even though it's maybe at a different time.
Terrific. All right, so we are now going to move toward the conclusion of our service. Aleinu l'shabeach. I'm going to pull up the page for you. It's page 282, but I need to share it.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר ראשין, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצות, ולא שמנו במשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We take a moment to turn our thoughts to those who have been important in our lives and have left this earth, those who have died in recent days or at this time in years past. Before I read the names of those who are on our list, I wanted to also note that recently the mother of Joe Ellen Boone, Ann Littman, died, and the service will be on Monday, and there'll be a Shiva at some point, a virtual Shiva sometime this week. You should receive a congregational email probably on Sunday about that. We also remember the recent deaths of Leonie Lee Hollander, mother of Vicky Hollander, of Frances Lieberman, great aunt of Gail Gant. Remember the Yortzites, the anniversaries of the deaths of Benjamin Adelson, Dwayne Codfelter, Margie Horowitz, Charlene Schifris, Joseph Kalig, Daniel Friedman, Arthur Goldstein, Shmuel Hyvee, Dorothy Litwack, Benjamin Marcus, Irene Nidich, Glenn David Smillickstein, Lori Ruth Abers, Milton Pollock, Jacob Radoff, Ida Siegel, Miriam Ziskraut, Molly Beasy, Dorothy Bain, Sarah Brown, Jacob Dabrowski, Loretta B. Lindenbaum, Reginald H. Crawford, Leo Freed, Nathan Goldman, Edward Kahn, Leo Levine, Jack Litton, Miriam Nidich, Frank Flowers, Gil Fogel, Rose Friedman, Rabbi Jacob Krinsky, Morris Lerner, Daniel Oliver, Georgia Gillespie, Jolene Klein, Sarah Lipset Allison, Charles Nauman, Lurleen Pollinger, Yitzhak Jacob Rabun, and Robert Rubenstein. With those names that we remember as a community, we also remember those in our hearts who have been important in our own lives. If you'd like to share names that you're thinking of with others, you can put them in our chat box so that others in our community can see the names of who you're thinking about. We join in the words of Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divrach hirutei v'amlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yomachon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lomei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dukudasha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amiram bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories always be for a blessing. And we'll conclude with Biyado, the last stanza here on
Biyado av kiduchi ve'elishan ve'a'ira ve'imruchi keviati Adonai li velo ira ve'imruchi keviati Adonai li velo ira. My soul I give to you, my spirit in your care. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Hold me in your hand. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Safely in your hand. Beyado av kiduchi ve'elishan ve'a'ira ve'imruchi keviati Adonai li velo ira ve'imruchi keviati Adonai li velo ira.
we're going to make Kiddush and Motzi before we say Laila Tov. So if you want to grab a glass of wine, you can do that, or a piece of bread. I'm going to grab mine from right behind me here.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh zechar letziat Mitzrayim Kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha ve'ava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai v'kadesh HaShabbat. Chaim!
L'chaim. Grab a piece of challah, if you've got one, or a piece of bread.
Put your hand on the hand of a person virtually holding the challah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lecha min haaretz. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us, for celebrating Shabbat with us. We're sending health and love and blessing to all of you. Join us tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. on our Zoom Siyum channel for our Havdalah. And hope to see you soon. Shabbat shalom. Laila Tov.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. Laila Tov.